Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I'm going to share with you about my presentation, subject network and system administration, about Lifi technology as future wireless network. Okay, before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce my group member. First of all, my name is Muhammad Nur Fahmi bin Muhammad Aris. My second group members is NORAIN ANIRA binti HASSAN, and my third group members is NURUL SAHIRA binti Din. Okay, so my like to share with you about introduction. What is Lifi? How does Lifi work? So the next slide is okay. What is Lifi? Lifi known as light fidelity means short form. Second, Lifi is based on visual light communication in bracket VLC for a completely networked wireless device using light emitting diodes means LED. So next is Lifi is fully networked bidirectional and high-speed wireless communication using light. Therefore, Lifi can be also called optical Wi-Fi since it uses visible light for the transmission of data, unlike Wi-Fi that use radio wave. Lifi data transmitted by the LED bulbs and received by photoreceptor in receiving device. This transceiver will have a modulation method to allow the LED to use the light to carry the data. Okay, next is I'm going to share with you the diagram, the difference between Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi. So basically, you can see here the diagram between Wi-Fi and Li-Fi. There is three points here, which is number one, Li-Fi LED lights bulb transmit data, while Wi-Fi radio wave transmit data. And second, Li-Fi energy neutral, while Wi-Fi energy blast. And finally, Li-Fi transmit data at 1 gigabyte per second, and Wi-Fi transmit data at 1.25 megabytes per second. So the next slide is how does Li-Fi work? So basically, everybody does not don't know about Li-Fi work. So I want to share with you how does Li-Fi work. There are four main points here. First, number one is data is transmitted by the light intensity in a LED bulb. The signal is received by a photosensitive detector and converted into electronic form. Standard LED light bulbs are controlled by a driver circuit that switch the LED on and off. And secondly, the ordinary driver circuit is replaced by a Li-Fi driver circuit used to transfer encoded data by monitoring the LED light output with Li-Fi enabled LED light bulb. To obtain the input, an optical sensor will be used, which will then be decoded. And thirdly, the Li-Fi receiver is consists of smart optics and electronics, quick enough to sense the light dimming and brightening, and is smart enough to decode the Li-Fi data, and then deliver it to the attack device such as a laptop and computer. And finally, the main point for how does Li-Fi work, device must include both a transmitter and receiver for two-way communication. Such a device are referred to as transceiver. All true Li-Fi system use transceiver at both ends and terminal as well as the installed light. So this is basically how does Li-Fi work. Why do we choose this issue? Actually, we choose this topic is because we want to study the readiness and the way to overcome the problems that may be encountered in the future of internet access. The advent of Li-Fi is aimed at addressing the lack of existing technology. The dominating problems right now are internet productivity and security. As time passes, the usage of device based on the internet is growing. Due the Due to the constraints of radio frequency resources, this increase has limited Wi-Fi power. The more Wi-Fi enabled devices are available, the more congestion will occur. Routers cannot be add more in the Wi-Fi technology if the user is increased, so light is the solution which can be add in Wi-Fi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NORAIN ANIRA. Here I want to explain the objective of our presentation. The objective of this study is the main objective is to introduce the existence of Lifi that many people are unaware of its existence. People does not know that there are also other wireless network such as Lifi besides Wi-Fi. Besides, to study the pros and cons in using Lifi, it might be a reason why this technology is not popular even though they have a lot of advantage. Another objective is to awaken the people that they have a network which is provide an efficient, low cost, secure, digitally controlled and fast data transfer method that can be used as an alternative to the current Wi-Fi data transfer. At the same time, this issue also led us to use more efficient light source. Our issues also aims at a communication tool in public place which come up with transfer of data at a faster rate over a wide spectrum. So here some finding on the issue. We talk about history of Li-Fi and the characteristic of Li-Fi. History of Li-Fi. The term Li-Fi was first used by a German physicist, Harald Hass, in his TED Global Talk on Visible Light Communication. According to Hass, the light they refer to as a D-light can be used to produce data rates higher than 10 megabytes per second, which is much faster than our typical broadband connection. In 2012, Prof. Haas helped launch the company that will market Li-Fi technologies. The company was named Pure VLC, but later renamed Pure Li-Fi, and was an original equipment manufacturer (OEM) that was set to commercialize Li-Fi product and advocate for their integration with existing LED lighting system. Over the years, Pure Li-Fi has been able to develop a variety of Li-Fi products designed for easy integration of Li-Fi into existing devices. In 2011, there are 4 industry leaders from 4 different countries that create a group in struggle to enhance and promote a different optical wireless communication, which is OWC. This group known as Li-Fi Consortium, which is from Fraunhofer IPMS, Germany, IBSEN Telecom, Norway Supreme Architecture, Israel or USA, and Trilumina USA. Focus of consortium was not limited. It encouraged the advancement of all forms of OWC, include Li-Fi and fiber optics, among others. The next is the characteristic of Li-Fi. Okay, Li-Fi is developed wireless data transmission technology using light. Li-Fi consists of 4 components: LED lamp, radio frequency power amplifier, third, printed circuit board, 4 cases. The printed circuit board controls the electrical inputs and outputs of the microcontroller, and also the lamp is used to monitor a variety of lamp functions. The radio frequency, which is RF, signal which is produced by the RF power amplifier to electrical field of the lamp. Besides, Li-Fi technology use transceiver instead modems in Wi-Fi is equipped with LED lamps that can transmit and receive information and at the same time be used for room lighting. LED lamps are the access point to any number of users.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL SAHIRA binti Cik Din. My metric number 1181682. Okay, so now I will continue to insight about the findings. This will talk about advantages and disadvantages of Lifi and why is Lifi important. Okay, next slide. Advantages of Lifi. First, its transmission speed. Its transmission speed will be that much faster than the Wi-Fi signals. It will jump from 10 gigabytes per second to 20 gigabytes per second and maybe even more. Lifi delivers speed over 100 times higher than currently reachable Wi-Fi maximum speed. Second, efficiency. Lifi holds the ability to be more energy efficient and cheaper. Since LEDs are already widely available, Lifi tend to be more energy efficient, and the fact that many facilities are likely to have LED lights already in place will not be an additional expense to use Lifi. Third, security. As Lifi, the visible light spectrum, it is unable to pass optically invisible objects like walls, making it impossible for unauthorized access. Unlike existing Wi-Fi are accessible from outside walls, so that Wi-Fi potentially leading to unauthorized access. Okay, for disadvantages of Wi-Fi, first, its limited range. The range of Wi-Fi is restricted to by two main factors, which are the dispersion of light and the range of the signal by is limited by physical barriers. Thus, the beams of light do not have a long range with about 5 to 10 meters, while the light is unable to reach optically opaque structures like the walls of a room. Okay, second, light interference. Since this technology is resistant to electromagnetic interference, the signal can be interfered by other light sources, like signals released via a Li-Fi-enabled LED lamp might overlap with sunlight. These signals might have a trouble accessing the corresponding receiver. Third, availability. Current devices such as computers, smartphones, and tablets do use Wi-Fi networking hardware. The above devices would not function effectively with a Wi-Fi network since they may not have the required physical hardware. Okay, so why is Wi-Fi important? Why? In our everyday lives, wireless data has become an important commodity. Wi-Fi is everywhere, but unfortunately, we can't always use it. To help this digital transition, radio frequency, the technology that drives Wi-Fi, is running out of bandwidth. Eventually, Wi-Fi won't be capable of keeping up with data demand, and in order to fulfill the networking requirements of future, the world needs network to be highly scalable. In addition, Wi-Fi even functions in high-density areas. It is also possible to use Wi-Fi underwater, which is also the major factor why the US Navy has shown some interest in this new technology in order to improve submarine communication. Wi-Fi cannot be applied underwater since water absorbs radio waves, yet light can reach deep underwater. This implies that Wi-Fi can be used to communicate underwater, possibly transform the way underwater vehicles and divers communicate with each other. Okay, next is a suggestion. The suggestion is talk about the future of Wi-Fi and suggestion on improvement of Wi-Fi. Okay, the future of Wi-Fi. Towards this end, research of hybrid Wi-Fi networks has been undertaken, and the three main results are that Wi-Fi networks can significantly enhance the level of mobile device services. Network connectivity can be uninterrupted. and Li-Fi networks can truly benefit to Wi-Fi networks. This is indeed because well-designed load balancing indicated that Wi-Fi network endure from such sluggish overload traffic caused by continuous retransmissions while two or more terminals are in dispute. Moreover, it can be combined with Wi-Fi technology either in hybrid technique or aggregated technique. It is observed that the latter approach gives better outcomes. In the future, further applications and everyday life gadgets will embrace this technology due to the fantastic features of Li-Fi. Okay, the suggestion on the improvement of Li-Fi. First, produce more lighting products that have Li-Fi technology. And second, provide more devices with Li-Fi services. Third, combine Li-Fi with Wi-Fi technology either in hybrid technique or aggregated techniques. Okay, and the last one, conclusion. The conclusion of this, our topic, our issue is, in short, the concept of Li-Fi is currently attracting a great deal of interest, not least because it can provide genuine and efficient alternative to radio-based wireless. As a growing number of people and their devices access wireless internet, the airwaves are becoming increasingly clogged, making it more and more difficult to get a reliable high-speed signal. So, with our technology, Li-Fi has a bright future and it has a bright chance to replace the traditional Wi-Fi. Therefore, potential implementations of the Li-Fi can be expected and applied to various platforms and various walks of human life. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.